Coming up next on Arizona Horizon, a look back at the life and legacy of longtime local political activist Alfredo Gutierrez, who died yesterday at the age of 79. Also tonight, officials are urging Arizonans to take precautions to avoid pavement burns this summer. And why metabolism slows with age and how diet and strength training can address those changes. Those stories and more next on Arizona Horizon.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of Arizona PBS, members of your public television station.
Good evening and welcome to Arizona Horizon. I'm Ted Simons. The Federal Reserve today held interest rates steady. Fed Chair Jerome Powell with the announcement.
In support of our goals, today the Federal Open Market Committee decided to leave our policy interest rate unchanged. We believe that the current stance of monetary policy leaves us well positioned to respond in a timely way to potential economic developments.
Those developments include what the Fed sees as possible increases in inflation.
Near-term measures of inflation expectations have moved up on balance over the course of this year on news about tariffs, as reflected in both market-based and survey-based measures. Beyond the next year or so, however, most measures of longer-term expectations remain consistent with our 2% inflation goal.
Today's move by the Fed comes despite political pressure, most notably from President Trump, who's been pushing for a rate cut. Indeed, two members of the Federal Reserve's board, both appointed by President Trump, disagreed with the vote to keep rates unchanged. The president's reaction to the final vote?
We should be the lowest interest rate, and we're not. We're 38. Number 38, because of the Fed. It's all because of the Fed. He's done a bad job.
The Fed operates independently of the White House and Congress in setting monetary policy free of political influence. Bottom line, the central bank for now will keep rates at a range of 4.25 to 4.5%, which is where they were in December. All this comes as the gross domestic product grew in the second quarter. Commerce Department reported a 3% annual rate for the past 3 months. That was higher than economists had expected, and it follows a contraction in the first 3 months. Overall, the first half of the year shows soft economic growth amid uncertainty from President Trump's ever-changing tariff policies. The Dragon Bravo fire at the north rim of the Grand Canyon continues to grow. It's now at 94,000 acres, and containment for the fire continues to drop. That's now at just 4% after being 26% contained a week ago. High winds and low humidity are pushing the flames. The Bureau of Land Management is expecting even stronger winds and lower humidity today as the fire moves northward from the canyon. And a major presence in local theater has died. Ben Tyler died last week after a year-long fight with cancer. Tyler was a longtime actor, director, and playwright. He was a founder of the Mill Avenue Theater in Tempe and was artistic director at a number of area theaters. He co-wrote and directed Gov, the musical, which took on Governors Evan Mecham and Rose Mofford. He also wrote the Wallace and Ladmo stage play and Escape from Papago Park. Longtime political activist Alfredo Gutierrez died yesterday at the age of 79. Gutierrez was a founder of Chicanos por la Causa. He served as a prominent influence in the state legislature for more than a decade, and he was a tireless force for a variety of issues, most notably Chicano and immigration concerns, along with education access. Joining us now is Lydia Guzman. She's community-based advocate with Chicanos por la Causa. It's good to see you again under these circumstances, not so good, but thank you so much for being here and remembering Alfredo Gutierrez. Who was Alfredo Gutierrez?
Alfredo Gutierrez was larger than life. For those that knew Alfredo, everyone that you talk to will say that Alfredo inspired them to do more, to be the person to create change in our communities. Alfredo was someone who was very empathetic. You know, there's a difference between sympathy and empathy. And Alfredo was very empathetic. And what he cared about was a community. He cared about vulnerable families. And Alfredo instilled in everybody that he spoke with to do more.
Yeah.
That's who Alfredo is.
How long did you work with him?
I've worked with Alfredo for decades. When I first came to Arizona as an activist from California, I took on a leadership development class through MALDEF, the Mexican American Legal Defense and Education Fund, and he was one of the speakers. This was in like 99, 98, 99. And when I first saw him, I was like, wow, I'm inspired by him. I immediately knew that this is someone that I wanted to work with. And he spoke about some raids that took place in Chandler, some immigration raids, and how we need to stand up, we need to do more, we need to represent.
His minor son from Miami, Arizona, he joined the military. He wound up leading protests at ASU, wound up getting expelled from ASU. I had to wait a number of years. I think it was the last year when he finally got his degree, right?
Yes.
Which was important to him to do that, was it not?
It was important for him because this is something that he always talked to. You always saw him talking to students, talking to youth groups, and telling them how important an education was. And he felt horrible that he wasn't able to get his degree. So to him, this was important so that he can not only talk the talk, but walk the walk.
Indeed. And again, wound up going to ASU at the time before he got kicked out. He was leading student protests, which helped get him kicked out, but he also worked with Cesar Chavez and was a co-founder of CLPC. Chicanos por la Causa, what was the original mission? Has that mission changed over time, and where was Alfredo through that journey?
Well, you know, the mission remains the same at heart. Alfredo knew that in order for our communities to become empowered, there has to be change. So there has to be representation, political and economic. And that is really the mission of Chicanos por la Causa. And so what Alfredo has instilled not only in Chicanos por la Causa, but in other organizations that he also helped found. We're talking about Valle del Sol, Friendly House. Well, the Friendly House, you know, existed before, but the leadership and the steering of the direction of the Friendly House, working towards social justice, working towards economic development, making sure that our families find ways to reach, to access wealth, to build wealth. And Alfredo knew that, and so he knew that in order for our families to succeed, you have to help them in every step, not just economically, but politically as well.
Yes, yes. And I think the Arizona Republic today had a big section piece on him as a politician, serving in the legislature for like 14 years, was part of a majority, was considered a deal maker, got things done, which is hard to do at the state legislature, always has been. What got him riled up? What got him going?
Well, you know, Alfredo, he felt the wrath of discrimination. I remember him talking about that one day. He said he felt the wrath of discrimination. And even into his older years, when there was an initiative at the Arizona legislature to end birthright citizenship, here at the state legislature, you know, he said, well, by those definitions, I am an anchor baby. You know, and you know, he was born in Miami, right? But you know, he was talking about, but look at what we can all do. And so because he felt that, that's what riled him up. And it was his eagerness to access social justice, to access equality. He wasn't looking for more, just equal treatment for our communities, for our students, for the patients to have equal access to health care, all of those things. He was looking for equality.
And it seems like that fire last time we had him on the program, he was certainly showed no lack of an urgency and enthusiasm for some of these issues. That fire was pretty much all the way to the end, wasn't it?
All the way to the end. I had an opportunity, and I feel very blessed to have this opportunity to speak with Alfredo. He knew that this was going to be our last conversation, and he gave me some homework. And he said, we have to make sure that our communities are represented. We have to register them to vote. We have to get them to the polls. We have to make sure that we have a voice at the ballot box, that we have a voice politically, and we have representation. So I have my marching orders.
Yeah, you got your marching orders. What about, do you see young Alfredo Gutierrez? Are they out there? Are they ready to take this mantle? Are they ready to go?
I see them, and those are the same ones that were inspired by him. And nothing makes me happier than to see the young Alfredos out there, and they were inspired by him the way that I was when I first met him decades ago. And, they're out there, they're knocking doors, they're registering voters, they're lifting political conscience, social conscience to what's going on, because that's what Alfredo was. Alfredo, he lifted our social conscience, and he was our conscience.
Is that his legacy? As far as his legacy because he helped change Arizona, Is that his legacy?
His legacy, there's so many, and it depends on who you ask. But I mean, he was the author of Access. He also helped with the Department of Transportation, with public transit. So he created so much, and so many Arizonans, not just the Latino community, are so indebted to him.
Lydia Guzman, Chicanos por la Causa, again, best to you for losing your friend, and to everyone here who knew Alfredo Gutierrez and watched him throughout the years. He was a force, and thank you so much for remembering Alfredo for us. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
His legacy lives on.
I'm Chef Mark Tarbell. Welcome to Check Please Arizona, the show where Arizona residents recommend their favorite restaurants. In this episode, we're heading to the cool pines of Flagstaff.
Is quintessential American comfort food in a jar, tucked back in this old strip mall, and we've passed by it 1,000 times, but it should be on your to-do list to look for.
So, Evan, did you have any drinks?
One of my favorites in a long time.
Thursday night at 7 on Arizona PBS.
Did you know that 45% of hikers in the U.S. are women? Today we're going to highlight some of the amazing female trailblazers here in Arizona. We'll visit Lake Pleasant with a group of women who all hike together. And to start us off, we'll hike one of the most strenuous paths we're doing this season with solo backpacker Naomi Grevenberg.
Thursday night at 7:30 on Arizona PBS.
It's that time of year. Summer heat has settled in, and officials are urging Arizonans to take precautions to avoid pavement burns. Healthcare providers in the state have seen a steep uptick in these injuries over the last few years. And to learn more, we welcome Dr. Kevin Foster of the Arizona Burn Center, Valleywise Health. Good to have you here. Welcome to Arizona Horizon.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, thank you so much. Okay, an uptick in pavement burns. Is that because there are simply more people here, or is something else going on?
I think there's something else going on. In Arizona, we've always seen pavement burns. It's always been a problem. But since 2020, we've seen an increase in the average temperature in the summertime, and we've seen a disproportionate rise in the number of people suffering heat stroke and pavement burns.
What do you think's going on here?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It has something to do with our increasing population. It has a little bit to do with our aging population, but even that doesn't really account for it. So we haven't figured it out yet.
How serious are these burns? I mean, I've seen like 13 fatalities here recently. That's obviously that's as serious as it gets here. But in general, are the burns getting worse?
These burns are particularly bad for a couple of reasons. Number one, the pavement is very hot, 170 or 180 degrees. And unlike most other things that when they come in contact with the body, they cool, pavement doesn't cool. It stays hot. So as long as you're in contact with it, you're getting burned. The other thing that goes along with this is heat stroke. Being in hot ambient temperatures and direct sunlight and the profound systemic effects that has on human beings.
And that would, among the effects, would be passing out, losing consciousness, falling onto a hot piece of pavement, and you don't even know it, and here comes the burn.
You don't even know it, here comes the burn, and you lay there until somebody finds you or until you regain consciousness. And even then, oftentimes elderly people or people with disability will go down and can't get up even if they try.
Yeah. Are they is this simply from falls? Are there motorcycle accidents, bike accidents? These are something else going on with like just accidents at play?
Yeah, so it's all of the above. Certainly falls with elderly people and people with disabilities are a problem. Automobile accidents, motorcycle accidents, people just going down onto the pavement for a variety of different reasons. Substance abuse, people with neuropathies who don't feel the effects of the heat on their skin. So there are a lot of reasons for this happening.
Let's talk about drug use. Let's talk about homelessness.
Yeah.
How much a factor?
Both are big factors in this. And unfortunately, oftentimes they go together.
Yeah. And the injuries, I would imagine, can happen pretty doggone quickly.
Very quickly. It only takes a couple of seconds of exposure to black asphalt at 170 degrees to get a full thickness or a third-degree burn.
And obviously we have you in here because, you know, we're in the midst of summer, the grip of summer, if you will. But these burns, they can happen all year round, can't they? I mean, you keep a car in the sun in the middle of winter and it can get hot.
Yes. but it's particularly bad in the summertime and in direct sunlight. And that's something that people tend to forget about with Arizona, is it's not just the heat, it's also the direct sunlight.
Yeah, and the direct sunlight, just the ambient air temperature, if you're in the sun, is very different than if you're in the shade.
It is.
Okay, what can be done to address this? We've seen the numbers, you've talked about what's going on. How do you handle it?
Well, there are a couple of things. First of all, prevention is key. Almost all of these burns are preventable. So we tell people, don't go outside in the middle of the day. If you don't have to go out, don't go out. And that includes even really simple, minor things that you would normally do on any given day. An elderly person walking down to the mailbox to get the mail, that could be the start of a really bad outcome. So that's number one. Stay inside if you can. If you have to go out, wear protective clothing, make sure somebody is aware of where you're going, or take somebody with you, and try and stay away from really hot surfaces.
When you mention protective clothing, I do some things not in the middle of the day, but I do some things, in the morning, especially it's hot, and you want to protect yourself from the sun. You wear some of these hats, it seems like they're hotter than if you just leave your head, exposed. You wear some of these long sleeve shirts, it seems again like you're just raising temperatures. How do you work that equation?
Yeah, it's a risk-benefit ratio, right? Yeah, you're uncomfortable wearing that shirt in the morning, but a 2-month stay in the Arizona Burn Center is also very uncomfortable.
I was going to say, okay, so that heat's uncomfortable. That other heat's that's serious business.
Yep.
What about something as simple as just wearing sturdy shoes?
Yep.
So you don't fall down?
Yeah, we have a couple of initiatives that we've participated in over the years, trying to make sure that people wear safe footwear. They have socks, they have shoes, and they're aware that they need to wear them, especially people who don't have normal feeling in their lower extremities and in their feet.
And we've talked about pavement burns, obviously that's the focus here, but just burns in general. I mentioned getting into a car. I mean, I guess these days there's not quite as much exposed chrome and steel and these sorts of things. But it's still there. We have some older cars. You get in there and you touch the wrong thing at the wrong time, you got to burn.
Absolutely, yeah. The interior of a car with black leather upholstery can be 140 or 150 degrees.
Goodness. Wow. And for kids, playground equipment. Watch out for that as well.
Yep. Fortunately, in Arizona, most of our playground equipment is shaded, and most of it is painted with paint that is relatively cool even in hot temperatures. But still, there are other surfaces, shiny metal, pavement, concrete, that can also get very hot, and oftentimes you're not aware of that.
So the bottom line for you is raise awareness.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you did it right here.
Well, I think we were doing a pretty good job. This year does not seem to be as bad as last year.
Really?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Well, there you go. Knock on wood or something, whatever this is. Dr. Kevin Foster, Arizona Burn Center and Valleywise Health. It's good to have you here, and that's important information. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
I'm Amna Nawaz. Tonight on the NewsHour, a massive earthquake off Russia's coast triggers tsunami warnings across the Pacific Rim. That's coming up at 6 on Arizona PBS.
Metabolism slows with age, and muscle loss is a big reason for that slowing. To help slow the slowing, strength training is recommended at every age, not only for metabolism issues, but to support balance, stability, and long-term health. Robin Deweese is a dietitian and nutritionist at ASU's College of Health Solutions. It's good to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for inviting me.
You bet. All right, we're talking about metabolism. Define metabolism.
Well, metabolism is really just the cellular processes in the body. And that includes processing the food that you eat. You can kind of think of it as three different sort of parts. There's basal metabolism, so basal metabolic rate, and that's just keeping our bodies alive. That requires most of our energy, keep your heart beating, keep you breathing. Thermic effect of food, that's the amount of energy that it takes to digest your food. So while you're taking in calories, but you're also expending them to digest the food. And then there's physical activity. So just anything like all these, things that I can't seem to stop doing right now, that all requires energy.
So, okay, that's metabolism. What is a basic, I think it's called the basic metabolism rate?
The basal metabolic rate?
That's what it is. Basal, okay, that's what it is.
Yeah. So that's that part, that's what requires most of our energy. That's what keeps us alive. So like about half to even 70% of the energy that we take in is just for that, we are alive. Just to keep us alive.
And I would imagine the higher the rate, the more energy needed, the more food you need to eat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're just talking, when we're talking about energy, it's calories. So it's the calories that come from the food that we take in.
All right. Metabolism, does it always slow as we age?
Yeah, I mean, the evidence shows that it's at about 60 years old, but that can probably vary by a few years. Because our cells just kind of slowed. It's not completely understood why it happens, but our cells do kind of slow down. But it also is, what you said earlier about our muscle mass decreases, but a lot of that is because we stop being as physically active.
Okay, so the impact of muscle loss on metabolism, what do we know?
We know that it causes our metabolism to slow. So lean tissue requires more energy to maintain than fat mass does. So the more lean tissue you have, and muscle mass is lean tissue, even when you're at rest, that requires more energy than less.
So you can control to a certain extent your metabolic rate?
You can do some things, yes, that will keep it from dropping as much.
What are some of those things?
So strength training is big because that's going to maintain that muscle mass. So strength training is important all throughout life, but it becomes even more important when we do get older and for many more reasons than just maintaining our metabolic rate. There's a lot of problems with losing strength with older age. Balance, falls are big in older people, and so besides just helping with our metabolic rate, it's important to do strength training.
When you talk about balance and falls for older people, is that in great part because of muscle loss? In some part? What do you think?
It's a lot of it. Excuse me, it's a lot of it. Some of it is just balance in general. We can just lose balance with older age, but yes, being stronger helps with that balance. And that's the other thing, like falls are so dangerous partly because, there's a higher chance for osteoporosis with older age. So strength training increases bone mineral density, and so that if you do fall, you're going to be less likely to break a bone.
Well, someone's watching right now and they're saying, I don't want to lift weights, but I do want to do strength training. Can you do strength training without trying to, muscle up and be a bodybuilder?
Oh yeah, this isn't about being a bodybuilder at all. So yeah, it's important. That's a really good point. I'm glad you said that, because strength training, it doesn't mean like being a bodybuilder or anything like that. It can be just anytime you put a force on your muscles, that's strength training. So doing squats is strength training because you're using gravity. You're going against the force of gravity, basically. But lifting anything is strength training, or you can do push-ups. Or there's just so many things, and it doesn't have to be. You don't have to go to a gym and grunt and pump iron and all that kind of stuff.
Can you do isometrics?
You can, yeah. It's not quite as effective, but you can do that.
Well, yeah, but you can sit on the couch and do isometrics.
You can. You can do that.
That's my kind of stuff. What about diet?
Diet, it's as we get older, another thing happens is we need more protein to build our muscle. So throughout adulthood, the recommendation for the amount of protein is 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight per day. So for, for a 130-pound person, that would be about 50 grams of protein per day. But once you get into your 50s, 60s or so, that recommendation goes up to like 1.2 to 2 grams per kilogram per day. And so that same 130-pound person, it would be more like 70 to 120 grams per day.
What if you're a vegetarian? What if you're a
You
vegan?
can definitely, there are vegetarian sources, there are plant-based protein sources, so beans, legumes, soy-based stuff, lentils, you know, there's all kinds of vegetarian protein sources.
So those things count, in other words.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Any source of protein can, and even things that we don't think about, like whole grains contain some protein. So it's one of the reasons why it's important to get enough protein, but most of us do. Most of us don't have any trouble getting enough protein, but we sometimes maybe think that we don't.
So last question, I want to make sure I get this right. As you age, metabolism slows. However, when your metabolism slows, it sounds like you don't have the energy to do certain things. What if you don't have the energy to eat? I mean, is it like a dragon chasing its tail here? I mean, what's going on?
I mean, it can be. That actually does happen with older people sometimes, and so sometimes it does have to be a very conscious effort at some point. And that's at that point you'd probably want to consult with a dietitian.
Right.
There are some things that you can do, maybe use, drink protein shakes or things that are just a little bit easier to take in. But yeah, you definitely don't want to just give in to that urge to not eat.
Yeah.
That's not going to be good.
That's not a good thing, is
Yeah.
it? Okay, Robin DeWeese, ASU College of Health Solutions. We're talking metabolism. Good conversation. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me here.
You bet. And that's it for now. I'm Ted Simons. Thank you so much for joining us. You have a great evening.